Hello everyone, I am Arena International Master and FIDE instructor Rishikesh Chawad. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's start today's practice session. Okay, we got white. We are starting with d4. Okay, g6. Okay, so it's going to play King's Indian defense, and we are going to play the classical variation of King's Indian. There are many variations you can play against King's Indian, like Samish variation, four pawns attack, etc. But I like the classical variation the most. E5. Yep. And then we have our favorite bayonet attack. So this before pawn push is called, or this idea is called bayonet. We'll have to play knight f6 first before he pushes the pawn ahead. Ouch! That's some wrong move. In King's Indian, this c8 bishop is very important. Many times, or in most of the games, this bishop is used only once to sacrifice on h3, which won't be possible now because this bishop is gone. So black will find it very difficult to launch an attack on white's king side. Meanwhile, we'll start our plan to attack this pawn, pawns on e6 and c7. So here we can even play knight to b5. We can even try bishop a3 to pressurize this pawn. Okay, let's play this first. Just for some extra safety, we can use the rook on the second line. So this is second line of defense. Okay. Hi Snowy. G into f3, G into f3. Okay. Yeah, now this is the position I was talking about. Here, once we block the position with h3, now it will take black a lot of time to sacrifice something on s3. If this bishop was on c8, then he could have played bishop into h3 straight away. Not right now because his other pieces are just sleeping; they are not doing anything. Yeah, but this c8 bishop is very important in this structure, which is not possible now. So we can say his attack is as good as stopped over here. On the other hand, we have some constant pressure on this two pawns. Of course, we can play bishop to b4, then maybe a5 if required. Where is he going? Can't sacrifice anything, right? Maybe it's just lining up the pieces, but it will take a lot of time for his knight to arrive. Sorry. Hmm. Let's see what we can do of this knight. Maybe this. Okay, we have nothing to do on this line. What I'm trying to do, maybe we can play something like queen to d2 and then queen to a5. Not sure this will work. How about pushing the pawn? Okay, there is no point in exchanging the pawns, right? Because then you will get lot of free squares to attack. Okay, we can do that. Okay, let's try this. We'll consider this position as totally blocked. So we'll start pressurizing the queen side. Okay, where is he going? Nowhere, right? Pawn push, pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn, knight into pawn. Let's play this. This should work because all these pieces are trapped on the other side of the board. So now we are going to play rook to 8. Once this rook is gone, it's easier for us to push the pawn ahead. Look at this g5 rook. It's totally cut off from the defense of the back rank. This rook comes on g5, but as there is no breakthrough here, this rook is just trapped on g5. What is it trying to do? Nothing, right? Okay. This should be simple. If he captures, then knight e7 check and the queen is lost. Yup. And now we should resign. King's Indian defense is a very sharp opening. So you have to be perfect in your move order. You have to be perfect in your middle game planning. And if you lose any move or if you jumble any opening theory, so you'll end up in a very odd side of the game. So here, as you can see, black didn't make any big mistake or a blunder. It was just a positional mistake to concede his light square bishop, but just because of that one mistake, he couldn't press his attack ahead. And as you can see, all the attack are stopped by these three pawns. But on the other side, White could get a breakthrough, and finally he won the game. I hope you enjoyed this game of King's Indian classical variation. So until next time, see you soon. Thank you very much, everyone.